Audio's recording. Ready to go. Ready to go. Hi, everybody, and welcome. Now, what I want you to do right now is close your eyes and just think about leaving your body. Think about leaving your body. Project yourself. Leave your body. Project yourself outwards about 10 feet away or so. And just turn around now. As you are right now. What do you see? How do you look like? What do you look like? How do you look like is not correct. I'm looking at myself as I am right now. Kind of like a schlumpy, homeless person. This, my friend, is astral projection. And this is, I don't know why I'm still closing my eyes. This is your brand. This is branding. How do you look and how do you talk? How you represent yourself to the world. Well, it's just a simplistic way of looking at branding, but let me get into it. So the definition, let me look it up here actually, because I'm kind of just making this up on the spot. I have a notepad I'm going to take notes on because this is a learning experience for both of us. For all of us, so we're going to learn together as one. Brand, a type of product manufactured by a particular company under a particular name. Or number two, which I like better, an identifying mark. Burned on livestock. So basically, a brand is an identifying mark, or in other words, it's how you identify yourself or whatever it is you're trying to do. So yeah, it's how other people look at you. It's not what you think you want other people to look at you as like. I need to do some more astral projection to figure that one out. So. And I think that it's important that, well, maybe not important, but it might be a good idea to look at everything that you do, create a brand around it. So for instance, yourself, how do you represent yourself? And then like when you're going to work, well, I'm a manager at T-Mobile, that's part of your brand. And I'm not an expert, but you know, like I said, we're in this together. We're in a learning experience together. So what is your job? Think about your job for a second here. Part of T-Mobile's branding is how they treat their employees. That's part of T-Mobile's total branding, but that's also part of just their employer branding. Maybe their HR, you could call it. Starbucks. What do you think about when you go to Starbucks? Just close your eyes again. Think about Starbucks. They don't always have like plugins where you could plug in, but sometimes, most of the time they do, but sometimes they don't. The cups on the walls that you can buy and the food that's kind of a little bit expensive, but it's pretty good. How there's a lot of Starbucks like all over the place. There's two in my plaza just down the street, one in the store and one outside. This is like Starbucks branding to me, and it might be slightly just like slightly different for everyone, but in general I think everybody probably thinks of the same or similar things for Starbucks, which is good for Starbucks because they want everybody to think of them the same way. You might think of yourself in a certain way, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you're portraying yourself to others in that way. You know, the way I dress is pretty cool, and then everyone else is looking at you going like, you look like you're homeless. And that's probably what people think about me. I mean, I like it though, all right? So that could be a problem because if you think of yourself one way and then but other people think of yourself in another way, this is kind of like an exercise in self-discovery. So what I want you to do is astral project yourself. I want you to close your eyes and remove yourself from your body and kind of just pretend like you're like a thing of energy, thing, and then just push yourself away, maybe like 15 feet in front of you. Now, turn around and look at yourself sitting there, or standing, or whatever you're doing, and just kind of look at yourself right now. What are you wearing right now? Like, and then make sure to like write this down too, because it's just a good thing to do, you know? It's like, do you want to become a better person? Do you want to become a better person? Oh man, so many burps from the burrito I had. It was pretty good, but they forgot the beans. Look at yourself and then think about what you're wearing right now. And we'll talk about right now and then like in general. But right now, what are you wearing? What's your haircut? You know, did you shave? Are you wearing glasses like me? What are you doing? For me, I'm wearing this old janky sweatshirt that I bought like a bunch of millions of years ago, and it's got holes. You know, it's got like a hole right there. And you might think, well, you know, that's fine, it's Sunday, but I dress like this kind of every day, you know what I mean? I dress up a little bit nicer than this, but not really. I'm wearing like these joggers that are kind of old and janky, and then I always wear flip-flops. They're kind of dirty actually and gross. And then like I'm not shaven, you know, and I cut my hair recently, like shaved it off all by myself, so it's not like a good haircut job, and it's been growing out for a few days. And you know, this is like what's going on there. And also these glasses, which, you know, glasses are fine. I don't know if they look good on me. I probably should have gotten like some more stylistic, like tortoiseshell, you know. The point is, you might want to start thinking about how you're portraying yourself. How do you speak? Do you even know? But now I want you to take it a little bit step further. So this is like step 2. We're getting astral here. We're getting real astral. So what I'm gonna do is, for the next like week, I'm gonna like ask people what they think about me. And I'm just doing an experiment. I'm trying to like work on my personal branding. Just tell them that, because I think people will kind of think, oh, that's kind of cool. You want to, you know, work on your personal brand for Instagram or whatever. But really, it's just like helping you figure out who you are as a person right now. And it also helped me to brand myself first, and then I could probably do a better job branding like a clothing brand, because I already kind of have some experience at branding myself. I'll think about the same things. I'll think about, okay, how do I want people to perceive my clothing brand? What is the voice of my clothing brand? How do I want it to speak to people? How do I want it to look? You know, how do I want my clothing brand, my clothes to look? So that's all. This was just like, you know, just ideas that I was having today about branding and also just becoming a better person. So we did some astro projection here to be introspective, and I'm going to introspect myself for this next week. I'll get back to you with my results. And I guess I'll put some questions in the description that you might ask other people and yourself when you astral project yourself. And it's like not real astral projection. Okay, I don't even know how that works, but just pretend. Okay. All right, cool. That's it. Done. And that's the end. That's the end, baby. Yeah.